I actually stitched a few things. Hi Flosstube, I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle. It is, what is it? It is Saturday, May 7th, 2022, I think. It's whatever Saturday is. I meant to film this video 2 weeks ago, but my family had some other ideas and their ideas were more fun than filming a Flosstube video, and so it's been a while. It has been an unexpectedly long time since my last update. I stitched some things before 2 weeks ago. I haven't stitched anything over the past 2 weeks, but that's okay. Immediately after I finished my last video, I burned the pad of my thumb on a baking dish. Not badly, just enough to interfere with my stitching, but I was so annoyed by that that I went ahead and I pulled out European Bistro and I did some stitching anyway. I think I was stitching over here, and I know I filled in over here, but honestly I have no idea. I made some progress. I would have enjoyed it more if my finger hadn't hurt, but progress is progress and stitching is good. If you remember, I had started Winter Saltbox by Pinker Pumpkin Quilting. My fabric choice was quite obviously not dark enough. Can you see the snowflakes? I had shied away from this fabric because I thought it was way too dark, way too far in the other direction. But then I decided maybe it would work, and then somewhere in my head, the weather was starting to get nicer and springy, and it felt like I should be stitching one of the spring houses instead of the winter house, which is dumb. Even if you are into matching your stitching to the season, a thing that is only going to take a few days, just stitch it when the urge strikes. It snowed on April 11th, I think, so I took that as a sign. And I sat down and I stitched Winter Saltbox, and I love it. Any apprehension I had about that dark fabric, it came out gorgeous. I love these stars that are kind of like little quilt blocks. I just love all of it. And I just realized my snowman is supposed to have arms. I should probably add those, shouldn't I? I also stitched a project I've been planning forever. I've been wanting to stitch It's You I Like by It's Kismet Stitches and Michelle Bendy. And life happened and it slipped my mind, and then Bendy Stitchy posted the cutest little interpretation of this, which made me realize it's not too late to stitch it. It's never too late to stitch it. Why? Even if everybody else had been done stitching it and there was never going to be anyone else stitching it again, that doesn't mean I can't stitch it. So I stitched it up, and I made it for a friend I want to send it to, and I backed it with, I hope that these are close enough to Mackenzie checks. I know she's very into those, but I'm still not 100% clear on what they are. The checks show a little bit through the front of the Ada, even though I used, what did I use? Fusible interfacing to put a bit of a barrier between the front and the back of this. It's not bad. If you are looking at it in real life, you can actually see the shadow of the checks, which isn't bad. At a distance, it almost looks dingy. So next batch of these I'm going to consider that when it comes to how I'm going to finish them. And I put ink in my printer and printed out more patterns for the things I am hoping to start next. And I'm not going to tell you what those are because honestly, by the time I start stitching something, it is going to be something different. I will try not to go a month between Flosstube updates again. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle, and I'll be back with you soon. I'm going to go stitch.